Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome to Far Cry 6, where today we are going to be getting our communist revolutionary on. Hang on a minute, said everybody in America, what's this shit? Well, yeah, absolutely that's what this game is. I mean, obviously Ubisoft have bent over backwards to specifically avoid saying communist, because obviously they'd really prefer if this game sold well in the USA, but as long as you're capable of thinking and breathing at the same time, the clues are all there. They're not even that difficult to see. I just think it's absolutely hilarious how Ubisoft have literally bent over backwards to not say communist at any point throughout the course of this game. They are so terrified of the C word. Anyway, I'm going to give you a quick potted history of the game, because the alternative is to sit through 20 minutes to half an hour of what is effectively a minimally interactive cutscene establishing the plot. And instead I can just summarise it for you in a minute. The Caribbean island of Yara had basically been run as a capitalist slave plantation up until 1967, when a popular, not communist, okay, a popular revolution toppled the government and brought freedom to the indentured masses. The USA responded by immediately blockading this tiny, definitely not communist, Caribbean island in the middle of the Cold War. The American blockade is still in force to this day, and that's kind of confusing because apparently in the meantime, the island's dictator and El Presidente for life, Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, has discovered a cure for cancer that's grown on the tobacco plantations on the island, where he has enslaved the population to produce this wonder drug for him, and is earning billions financing a massive army by somehow managing to export this cancer cure through the American blockade. Yeah, they're a little sketchy on that part. They never quite explained exactly how that works. I think this is one of those parts in a game or movie's logic where you're not really supposed to think about it or question it too much. You just nod and, move along. As the game begins, El Presidente's slave labour force has, mostly died thanks to all of the toxic chemicals they're forced to work with, so he's on another recruiting drive. El Presidente sends his jackbooted thugs into the capital city to round up all of the unemployed, at least one of which, while he may be far too young to die, is absolutely far too stupid to live.
Must report for duty. You will join us to rebuild paradise.
What the fuck?
Draftees must report for duty. You will join us to rebuild
all of
paradise.
us. Alejo, down!
Draftees must report
Alejo,
for duty.
get down!
You will join
Fuck
us to rebuild
Castillo!
paradise.
Alejo!
Yeah, Alejo attacked a tank with a beer bottle. I'm fairly sure the revolution will manage without him. Anyway, I'll cut a very long story short. You're trying to get out to a boat, run the blockade, and get to America. And now that Alejo's ticket is free, you convince the boat owner to take some random kid along with you instead. The random kid, however, turns out to be the son of El Presidente. To his credit, the kid wants absolutely nothing to do with his murdering shithead of a father. But his murdering shithead of a father is wise to the kid's tricks, intercepts the boat, takes his son back, kills everybody on board except for you, and that's where the actual game starts. Naturally, the first thing you're going to need is a weapon, and the game very conveniently gives you one right on the beach where you got washed up.
Shit.
What the game does not do, however, is give you any ammunition for the weapon, because hell, even Ubisoft have a sense of humour. By some miracle, your phone is still working. And on your phone, you have a photograph of the map that your friend Lita provided, showing the way to the revolutionary camp here on the island. And it's here where a couple of Far Cry 6's gameplay conventions start to get established. You see the blue signs on the rocks. These are rebel codes indicating lookout points, camps, safe houses, equipment stashes, all kinds of good revolutionary things. I'm not entirely sure why El Presidente's forces haven't been able to figure out the code, or at the very least follow them, but, well, because of game reasons. Very early on, like as soon as you leave the beach,
Who's shooting? Better stay quiet.
you get introduced to the concept of stealth kills. And I do have to say, they are very well, dare I say, executed. I don't know why I'm laughing, that wasn't funny at all. But they are very, very well executed here in Far Cry 6. This isn't the first time a game tells you to sneak up behind somebody and press a certain key for an instant takedown, but holy shit, they're brutal.
That's why you died. Now I'm going to call this in. You're going to
I am actually starting to figure out why El Presidente's troops haven't been able to figure out the blindingly obvious rebel codes. It's because they're all deaf, blind, and terminally stupid. I mean, how did these guys not hear that? It only barely qualifies as a stealth kill. Whatever. Well, having disposed of a couple of El Presidente's jackbooted bully boys and girls who were far too stupid to live, we make our way to the commie camp, where, of course, we have to have the obligatory establishing dominance session by getting into an immediate dick-waving contest with the leader of the communist revolutionaries, which is kind of amusing because they're both women.
Gonna show your face before you shoot me? I'm Danny, a friend of Lita.
You are the only survivor?
And it's at this point where you realise Far Cry 6 is suffering a bit of an identity crisis and seems to think it's Borderlands.
Answer me. I said, are you the only survivor?
See,
Lucky.
Lita knew the risks.
that's all you have to say?
You're here. That's what matters.
Just a second, hermana. I'm getting the hell out of Yara.
But you're in my camp.
I need a place to stay. A few days.
Libertas no charity, hermana.
Lita said you'd help.
Lita also said you weren't a pussy.
Come mierda.
You're an orphan, see? Funny how friends can be closer than family. Remember, Danny, Castillo has kept you an orphan. Why do you want to run?
I watched Castillo order a whole boat of our people shot to death. Get as far away as you can from that psychopath. All of you.
When tyranny is law, revolution is order.
Quoting Bolivar won't save you.
It's Pedro Albizu.
Gonna save Yara with library cards.
I have a list. Free elections, free expression, free the outcasts. A Yara free of Castillos. Simple.
Simple. Castillo's got, what, 300,000 troops? I count 6 burnt-out guerrillas, and you, with a bullet to the leg.
You don't believe me? I'll show you. We launched an attack from our base to this island. It was a basic operation. Hit a Viviro tobacco plantation, snatch some fuel, and go home. But Castillo's forces were waiting. Got us down from 60 to 6.
You need to get back to your base.
Yes, but this island is surrounded by a blockade. We don't have boats, we don't have much gear. And we are not leaving until that Viviro plantation goes up in smoke. But we are guerrillas. We know this land inside out. You're already familiar with our guerrilla paths. They were built by the legends in 67. They're spread like a web across all of Yara. Now, they're ours. Guerrilla paths are good to ambush soldados or to hide if the army is on your back. They have caches that will help you survive.
And all of this is legit? This map is old as hell.
Made for turistas. Yeah, it's out of date, but you got the regions, municipalities, and landmarks of Yara. You'll get used to it. Now I need to call in some favors with the locals to get us a boat, and you need to go find me Juan Cortez.
Who?
Someone who can make one guerrilla fight like 1,000.
You know I'm not a guerrilla, right?
Talita then?
I'll give you food, a bed, even a goddamn boat to sail to the Yankees. But it's gonna cost you bullets and blood. You can shoot, so shoot.
So we're going to have to work for our ticket to Miami, and that means finding Juan for Clara.
That looks like a Juan.
And Juan's totally not a communist, honest.
Today we drink in the worst fucking cantina in Yara. Or is it Colombia? Kirat, Chechnya.
And the game still thinks it's Borderlands.
Leave the bottle. Less work for you.
De nada.
Guapo, you listen. Rule 16. A guerrillero's revolution never ends. Always another war, another cantina, another ugly bartender.
Juan Cortez?
What do you think gave it away, Guapo?
Still not Borderlands.
This isn't a fucking zoo, abuelo.
Clara sent me to find you.
See, I learned long ago never to doubt her. You will too. Hey, I know you.
Don't think so.
Yeah, I know you. It's like I'm looking at a mirror, Guapo.
What are you talking about?
Those eyes, guerrilla. You got a taste. You convince yourself you're a hero, but you wake up a junkie, just like Juan Cortez.
This is a fucking waste of time.
Can you whistle?
What?
Nah, you can't whistle.
Coño! Fala, venga.
You fucking rat.
You're worth more dead anyway.
What the fuck?
See, Guapo is in love with you, and I ruined the only copy of my book. Bueno, mis socios, vámonos. Once again, we have outstayed our welcome.
So, no doubt attracted by the gunfire and horrific screams of a man having his leg torn off by a baby crocodile, the army turns up, and after a brief and, if I'm being honest here, fairly satisfying gunfight, the gunplay in Far Cry 6 does feel pretty good. And I like that they gave you an FN FAL as your first weapon, a strong right arm of the free world, because this was actually the first rifle I ever trained on.
Right behind you, old
But,
man.
moderately short story, even shorter, instead of heading straight back to Clara's camp, Juan instead gives you a job to go and steal some shit for him.
See that smoke? That means the watchtower just got a supply drop with some of the rarest materials you'll find in Yara. And you are going to go get it.
Now you want me to steal shit for you?
Gunpowder and Supremo Bond. The cerveza and chaser of Resolver. I'm gonna teach you to make shit for weapons. Because making shit for weapons is cool. And it's rule number 9. Always use the right tool for the right job.
You coming with me?
Fuck no. You got Guapo. You can tear shit up with him. But if you want to be sneaky, leave him behind. That cutie loves to make a mess.
Okay, so now it's time to put together everything that you've learned so far.
Weapon or not, military will shoot me on sight here.
Well, I say everything that we've learned so far, but at this point the game has not actually told me that I can stay hidden in tall grass or, flowers and stuff like this. Which is really weird, because this is not my first Far Cry rodeo. So I'm expecting that I can stay hidden in tall vegetation like this, and every other Far Cry game has gone out of its way to tell me that I can stay hidden in tall vegetation like this, but I'm really just kind of hoping. Because that's something that Far Cry 6, up until this point, hasn't actually done. Right, let's have a look around. So there's one guy over by the supply crate, there's one in the watchtower, there's another one there. Machine gun post. Oh, and there's one right there. So, I'm going to at least attempt to do this stealthily. But the guy in the supply crate has his back to us. The guy in the watchtower isn't really looking this way. Let's see if I can... Yep, got away with that. Now, just on the off chance that anybody turns around and sees the body lying there, I'll go and dump it in the long grass. Alright. So far, Cry. I wasn't expecting anything... Oh god, there's another pun coming. Anything revolutionary about the gameplay. I'm so sorry about that. I wasn't expecting anything revolutionary about the gameplay in Far Cry 6. I was just expecting it to be pretty much more of the same, with a few new touches. Like, for example, you don't have to actually loot bodies anymore. Just walking over them, or if you're close enough to execute a melee kill like this, you automatically pick up anything on the body that was useful. So that's nice, it does kind of streamline the gameplay a little. It's the same with harvesting useful stuff from animal kills and picking up any useful herbs, for example. You just walk over the animal kill, you don't have to go through the whole skinning the animal animation. Oh, that one was particularly brutal. And as for picking up herbs, you don't. There's no herbalism. Oh, no, that's the machete. Press E to open it. There we
This is
go.
more like it.
Oh, an MS-16S, which seems to be some kind of M14 derivative. Yep. Nice. So this is going to be a semi-automatic rifle. And since that's the last guard, I think we can just go ahead and shoot him. Or her, you know. I'm not making any judgments here. Now, with the camp cleared, we'll pick up any remaining useful shit that Juan wants us to steal. And then Juan is going to introduce us to a very important part of the whole... No, that's the machete again, Jingles.
This could be useful.
I'm sure that's never going to bite me in the arse when I do that again. Yeah, Juan's going to introduce us to a very, very important part of the whole Far Cry 6 gameplay loop.
Okay, we got more than enough. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So what's with all this junk? You building something?
Patience, Danny. Rule number 8. A guerrilla knows how to wait. Like a spider or a serial killer. So, how did you get to this godforsaken hellhole?
I was on a refugee ship. We didn't get far.
Yeah. And I came here in a chopper in our baby invasion of Santuario. Shot straight out of the goddamn sky. No, I mean, what's your story?
Orphanage in Esperanza. And the military. I'm no guerrilla. Just helping Clara out until she gets me off this island.
Rule 20. Once a guerrilla, always a guerrilla.
Enough with that shit.
Too late. The horse is out of the barn, and now the fucking cocaine is all over the kids, Danny. There is no other option.
America is my option.
Of course. And you think Americans want your Yaran blood? The American dream is for Americans, Danny.
You don't quit, do you?
Nope. Guapo hates quitters.
Coño. If you two are so close, why is he following me?
Guapo goes with those who need him most. Like those therapy dogs in your precious America. You can trust Guapo with your life.
Yeah. Not sure I'm there yet.
You got time.
You said your chopper was shot down in the invasion. Can you fix it?
So I can fly you to the Yankees?
No,
It's grounded, but I'm working on it. Patience, Danny. Now it's time for Juan Cortez to show you how to make something out of nothing. Did I ever tell you rule number 9?
You just did.
Always use the right tool for the right job. Words to live by.
Okay.
How many others?
The legend returns.
The legend needs to piss, Jefa.
Who's she? She was a journalist who dared call Anton fascista. Now she's an outcast, a slave for his paradise. And she's not the only one, Danny.
Time you learn about Resolver, Danny.
I was 6 when I rigged my first bike with a chainsaw motor. The blockade means I have to resolver every day, Juan.
Nah, that's survival. For a guerrilla, Resolver isn't just making do with what you have. It's inflicting chaos with everything you got.
Keep talking.
A guerrilla's best weapon is the workbench. Go ahead, Danny. Get cozy with it. Let's take a crack at those weapons. No offense, but your battle rifle is a little basic. Let's fix that. Rule number 9. Always use the right tool for the right job. In this case, it's gunpowder and scraps. Sometimes I lie awake at night asking myself, Juan, how can you kill people faster? The answer is soft target rounds. Excellent, Danny. Now you can pop enemy flesh like a ripe watermelon. Okay, let's look at your other rifle. Let's say your target remembered to wear their helmet and vest today. You're gonna need some armor-piercing rounds. These rounds fly straight and true, and go through Kevlar like shit through a goose. Nice! Now you got your own supply of high-velocity war crimes. Let's look at your attachments. Time to make your very first suppressor. This will turn a bang into a bang at the cost of some range.
Don't get too excited. Your first suppressor is basically a Coke bottle, a sock and some duct tape.
See how easy that was? Now you can silently headshot your enemies like a real asshole. The workbench is your friend, Danny. A friend with benefits.
Damn. Making shit is addictive.
With that workbench, you can build a new Yara.
Well, that's lovely, my definitely not a communist friend, but if it's all the same to you, I'd rather build a plane ticket to Miami. And we are all absolutely communists here. This is just a fact. I mean, they can dress them up in all of the blue armbands they want, and they can give the bad guys all the red sashes and armbands they want. A popular uprising in 1967 that immediately resulted in an American blockade of the island was not done to stop the spread of democracy.
Oh yeah.
Danny, want to steal something excessively dangerous?
Fuck yeah.
Danny, I've got big plans for you. But first, I need you to get a thing for me. Now, I hear you ask, Juan, what is this thing you need? All you need to know is don't try to eat it, talk to it, or put it in your pants. But Juan, I hear you ask, where is this thing you need? Head for the radio tower and follow the trail north. It'll take you to an abandoned camp on the east side of the island. I can mark it on your map. You'll meet my contact there. She'll hook you up. And Danny, you pull this off, I'm gonna give you something for pulling me from the bottle. A little gift an old friend gave me for saving his life. Easy as smoking a cigar on Sunday.
So, yeah, I've got to go and steal more shit for Juan, but you know what? If it gets me out of this shithole faster, I'm all up for it. And that is what we're going to be doing in the next video. I do have to say that of the 4 or so hours that I've so far put into Far Cry 6, I am very much enjoying it. There's nothing revolutionary, sorry for that pun again, about the gameplay, but it does what it does very, very well, and it is a lot of fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you're going to stick around for more, because that is it for today. As always, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.